A super dramatic evening of Champions League football is ahead of us. It's the conclusion to the group stages taking place in Sports Night next week. As for now, here on Trevor 1, it's time for Match of the Day. Welcome to a slightly later edition of Match of the Day this week, but don't worry, it'll be well worth the wait. We've got the North London derby between Arsenal and Tottenham Hotspur at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. It's Mourinho versus Arteta. It's Arsenal's supposed free-flowing football against Spurs' pragmatic approach. And in recent years, this has very much gone in favour of a draw. So, could one of these two sides break the mould?
The box towards Lacazette. He's managed to break free. It's Lacazette early on. Big save, Lloris.
And we've got the seaside derby between Brighton and Southampton. It's last versus second last in the Premier League. Brighton, hosting Southampton today, haven't won this season. Could this be the day they break their duck, or could Southampton win down at the Amex and climb out of the relegation places? Bindleman to Welbeck. He's got space to turn, and does he fancy it? Oh, how unlucky is that? We start today at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium and the North London derby, a game in which Jose Mourinho and Mikel Arteta have been very vocal about in the build-up to this one. Both managers in their press conference were adamant that their side was the team in form at the moment. Jose Mourinho showing that his Spurs side, he thinks they've got a chance to challenge for the league, whereas Mikel Arteta, causes of a crisis inside Arsenal. What crisis? Your commentator for this one is Trevor Tilsley.
Arsenal, travelling to Tottenham today, haven't won at Tottenham's home ground since March of 2014. Whether it be Wembley, the old White Hart Lane, or the new iteration of Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. As for Jose Mourinho, he was saying to me before the match this will be a real test of Tottenham's mentality as they look to get back into the title race after an indifferent start. As for Arsenal, their start of the season could also be called indifferent. They sit 2 points behind Tottenham, all the way down in 6th place. Stadium fully packed and at maximum capacity, and fans in full voice. Tottenham's team, well, it picks itself full strength, and Harry Kane has scored more goals than anyone else in the history of the North London derby, level with Adebayor, but 10 goals for the same team edges him ahead. As for Arsenal, well, they'll be leaning on the goal-scoring prowess of Aubameyang and Lacazette in this one, as Arteta continues to persist with what some fans have called a negative formation with 5 at the back. Now, this fixture has always been one of the classics, particularly in recent years. It has been very even, lots of draws, the home side generally winning. As the ball's put into the box towards Lacazette, he's managed to break free. It's Lacazette early on, big save, Lloris. Fantastic save by Hugo Lloris there to deny his French compatriot. Wonderful cross in there. Can't believe he had all that time to control the ball there, but Lloris with a fantastic stop. This fixture has generally favoured the home side in recent years. Arsenal winning at the Emirates, Tottenham winning at their home stadium. Obviously they've changed in recent years. Here's Willian. Back to Bellerin. Arsenal looking to get forward, whips in towards Aubameyang at the front post. Good save by Lloris again. Keeps the score level. Wonderful build-up play from Arsenal. Aubameyang getting ahead of Eric Dyer there. Fantastic stop again by the Tottenham Hotspur captain. And Arsenal creates something from this corner. Xhaka puts it in towards the front stick, towards Aubameyang. It's punched by Lloris to the edge of the area, only as far as Hector Bellerin. He's managed to get the ball to Partey. And David Luiz trying to chip the ball forward to Kieran Tierney, and it's made his way through to Kieran Tierney, but it's cut out, goes all the way back to Lloris, who's forced to send it long. Cut out by Bellerin again. Xhaka gets it forward to Lacazette. Partey, Arsenal really dominating the ball now. Lovely chip ball forward, but cut out really well there. But it's only as far as Xhaka. Tottenham failing to clear their lines. All hands on the defensive pumps right now. Here's Partey. Xhaka. Back to Lacazette. Aubameyang on the edge of the box. Shot's deflected, and it's another corner. Yes it is. Just looking at the liner's flag. Tottenham just couldn't get a foot on the ball, could they? Just having to clear their lines constantly. They've called Arteta a bit negative in recent weeks, but they're certainly not playing in a negative fashion at the moment. There's Sissoko now, bringing it up this near side. Looking for Gareth Bale. He's got 5 goals in this fixture, Gareth Bale. Can he add to his tally? Here he is again, whipping it in. It's blocked. Only as far as Sissoko though. Lo Celso, lovely turn, gets it into Harry Kane. Shot deflected, great save by the keeper, but it's going to go in. It's Son with the looping header over the keeper. You feel sorry for the goalkeeper, but Son Heung-min has gone and put Tottenham ahead in the North London derby with 27.5 minutes on the clock. Big thumbs up from Hugo Lloris, who's pulled off some fantastic saves to keep the scores level, and Son has taken the advantage in this fixture. Fantastic. Got to say, it's against the run of play. Arsenal have certainly had the better chances, but Tottenham with really their only big opportunity here. So unlucky. You've got to feel for Leno, but Son managed to get on the end of the rebound and loop it over the keeper and into the back of the net. So unlucky the way how the ball falls, but Son was quickest to react. And there we go, the first goal of the North London derby. Oh, the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium is in raptures right now. The atmosphere is electric. David Luiz with a long ball forward looking for Aubameyang. There's Willian now. Lacazette. Aubameyang's ahead of him. Tries to find Aubameyang, but it's cut out by Sergio Aurier. Oh, he's given it away! Oh, goodness! Lacazette couldn't make him pay. Lloris furious with Aurier for giving that away. Look at this. Cut out. Aurier with a sloppy pass. And he's very, very lucky that Lacazette didn't hit the target with that, because that would have been a certain goal. Arsenal, since the goal, they haven't really been able to retaliate. They've not really been themselves since the goal. Here's Tierney. Gets it to Aubameyang. Aubameyang gets it back to Tierney on the overlap. He's got a bit of space here. He's got Lacazette in the box. Delays the cross. Holding off Aurier really well. Next to go to Partey. Aubameyang. Tottenham defence holding firm at the moment. Tierney again. To Partey. Back to Tierney. Aubameyang. Partey again. Aubameyang once more on the turn. Shot deflected. It's fallen to Willian. Big save again by Lloris. He's been in excellent form in this match. What would the scoreline be if Lloris wasn't in the net today? Lovely half volley by Willian, but Lloris reacted quickly. It's at a favourable height, to be fair. Still needed stopping. Into the last couple of minutes of normal time in the first half. Can Arsenal get an equaliser, or can Tottenham extend their lead? We shall see. Here's Aubameyang. Tierney. Oh, that's a lovely ball through to Lacazette. He's got beyond his man. Lacazette holds him off well, and they've equalised! Fantastic finish by Alexander Lacazette. Held off his man with brute strength and buried it past Lloris. Fantastic play by Arsenal, and they have got that equaliser before half-time. Jose Mourinho will be furious that they won't be going in with a lead. Eric Dyer and Sissoko discussing what happened. But just as it looked like they were going to make it to half-time, they switched off. Lacazette held off, I think it was Sissoko in the end. would explain why Eric Dyer's talking to him. But look at the strength from Lacazette here. Fantastic finish. Well, is there any more drama in this first half as we're in injury time? It's Harry Kane on the edge of the box. Can he turn Louise? He has turned Louise. Harry Kane! With a second left of regulation time in the first half, he has gone and snatched that lead straight back off Arsenal. And Harry Kane now is out on his own with 11 goals in the North London derby. He loves this fixture. Tell you what, Bert Leno is probably sick of the sight of Harry Kane. How about this for a finish though? See no danger on. He holds off David Luiz and just smashes it in the bottom right hand corner. Superb finish. Look at this. Luiz tries to challenge, but Harry Kane's having none of it and rifles it past Leno. And the North London derby really is up for grabs. Well, Tottenham looking to start the second half as they finish the first on the front foot. I'm sure Jose Mourinho was pleased how they finished that half after they conceded the equaliser. The south side looking for Bale. Now Harry Kane is holding off David Luiz again, looking for a through ball to Aurier, but Socrates has picked it up. Xhaka. Oh, Xhaka, he's dawdled on the edge of the box and given away a free kick in a dangerous position here. Gareth Bale standing over the ball. Xhaka just dawdled on the ball, although you possibly could have said that was a foul going the other way. But now Harry Kane with a free kick in a dangerous position. Can he make it 3-1 here? Yes, he can! A glorious free kick from Harry Kane, and that's goal number 12 in the North London derby. Incredible. That man just loves this fixture and he loves to rub it in. Questions as to whether it was a free kick or whether it wasn't, but you can't argue with the end result. Harry Kane with a wonderful free kick. He's one of their own. He's one of their own. Tottenham fans definitely do have a hero in Harry Kane. As they sing his name, sing his praise from the stands. It is a breathtaking free kick. Perfect technique. Leno had no chance. As soon as he hit it, he knew it was in. There's Kane again, looking for his hat-trick now. Gareth Bale. Kane again. William. Now Lo Celso. They couldn't go for four, surely. Oh, Leno! An awkward save, that one. Just a swerved mid-flight. Certainly didn't make that save look easy, Leno. Let's have a look at this again. Did it take a deflection? May well have done. Which is why it looked a bit awkward. Son to take this corner. Looked in towards the front stick. Gone all the way over the top though. Julian on the edge of the box. Thought about a hit. Gets it to back Gareth Bale. Back into Kane. Can he turn? No, goes down. Fans want a penalty. Referee says no. Here's Aurier. Tottenham keep the pressure on. There's Bale. Switches on to his left foot. Gareth Bale! Well, when you allow him to turn and get onto his favoured left foot, you are going to pay the penalty. And he has made them pay. A fantastic finish from Gareth Bale, and the North London derby is really getting out of hand for Arsenal. They just can't keep with Tottenham now. Gareth Bale with his 6th goal in the North London derbies. His first one back since moving to and back from Real Madrid. Now look at this. Defensively from Arsenal, you'll be disappointed. They let him turn onto his favoured left foot, and unfortunately for them, he's made them pay. have thought Arteta would have been saying whenever Bale gets on the ball, force him onto his right foot, but clearly that message hasn't come through, and Gareth Bale has helped himself to another North London goal. Couldn't possibly get more from here. Here's Harry Kane whipping it in towards the back stick towards Son, all the way by Socrates. Gareth Bale's going to pick up the pieces, tries to cross it with his right foot, now he's going to cross it with his left, a little way further still. Here's Lacazette, Arsenal's goal scorer. And Gabriel. Oh, that's a sloppy pass, and Gareth Bale has latched onto it. Gareth Bale from distance, forcing a save out of Leno. Arsenal just all at sea defensively, and they've given the ball away again. Here's Son, getting past his man, getting it in the box towards Harry Kane, and he's got a hat-trick! He just cannot be stopped right now, and Arsenal, their defence is all at sea, woeful at times. Leakier than a cheese grater in the Mediterranean, they are letting goals in left, right and centre. Tottenham probably can't believe how easy this has been. They just keep shooting themselves in the foot, Arsenal. They had 2 chances to clear that, and they failed each time, and Harry Kane will not miss opportunities as easy as that. And I feel Arteta might be under a bit of pressure with a result like this. The fans will be certainly looking for an inquiry as to what on earth went wrong. But as for Tottenham, it doesn't get much better than this. Arte looks for that foul. As Alderweireld looks to dink it into the area, looking for Son, who tried an acrobatic effort on the edge of the box, didn't quite come off. Now Nicolas Pepe, who's off the subs bench and onto the field. Maybe a little too late to make any difference. Here's Cedric. Gabriel now. Looking for Kieran Tierney. They're trying those Hollywood passes, but it's really not working for Arsenal. Lo Celso picks it out. Here's Kane. Couldn't go for another one, surely. No, he's looking for Gareth Bale. He's looking for his second shot, deflected and just a wide. For a corner kick, I believe. Took a big deflection. Harry Kane, who's on a hat-trick today, certainly got a man of the match performance, I think, today. Almost setting up Gareth Bale for his second. So he knew that was a big chance for him to get another goal. 7 minutes to go. This fixture is over as a contest. It's been over for a while, quite frankly. But Tottenham continuing to pile on the pressure, continuing to make Arsenal's day an absolute misery. Here's Son. Forward to Harry Kane. Son again, he's picked up the pieces. Son with lovely feet! What a goal! Well, that's the icing on the cake, that one. That is incredible. The quick feet to just jink his way through their defence. And what a finish by Son with his second goal of the day. Absolutely fantastic. 6-1 now. It's getting embarrassing for Arsenal. I've never seen Arsenal play so bad in a North London derby. It really is just mistake after mistake. They had a chance to clear it then, but they didn't. And then Son with the quick feet. Delightful finish. Incredible. There will be quite the investigation in the Arsenal camp as to what on earth has gone wrong today, because they really haven't been at it. As for Spurs, well, Jose Mourinho said it was a mental test. I'll tell you what, they're passing this test with flying colours. Well, the nightmare for Arsenal is over. I was going to call it the battle for North London, but it's been an absolute landslide in the favour of Tottenham Hotspur. Harry Kane once again tearing Arsenal apart. He takes the match ball home with him after scoring a hat-trick. Son helped himself to a couple of goals as well, along with Gareth Bale. But in one of the most one-sided North London derbies you'll ever see, it's finished here at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. Tottenham 6, Arsenal 1.
Oh, an astonishing result for Tottenham Hotspur. 6-1 win, and I don't know how Arsenal are going to live that down. That is a magnificent result for Jose Mourinho's men, and it marches them up the table emphatically. Well, next today we're going down to the south coast and Brighton hosting Southampton. Both these sides struggling this season and both sitting in the relegation zone. Brighton will be hoping, after 10 unfruitful games at the beginning of this season, that the 11th time of asking they can finally win this season. It would be the latest any side has ever won a game in the Premier League if they could do it. To win your first one in December has never happened before. If they could, well, we sent Trevor Davis to find out. Well, who wouldn't want to be at the seaside? Brighton, Hove, Albion and Southampton, though, would hope to be a lot higher than where they sit in the Premier League this season. Brighton are last with just 2 points to their name, are yet to win a game this season. Southampton are second last, 19th with 7 points. They have won this season. They are seeing themselves slip down the table. It's a real relegation 6-pointer this early into the season. It is Southampton versus Brighton and is very much all to play for. There's been a lot of local promotion down here on the south coast and the EMX Stadium is set for this game and Brighton look to be well up for this. The lineup itself is unchanged with the 4-2-3-1 formation, but Danny Welbeck leans to the lineup for Brighton Hove Albion. Adam Lallana, the former Liverpool player, is past fit to join him. The former Liverpool and Manchester United player, well, the former Arsenal player and a former Liverpool player for Southampton. Danny Ings has been in fine form this season. Theo Walcott starts today for Southampton. It's the Seagulls versus the Saints. For those of you that are tuning in overseas, Brighton are in the blue shirt and white shorts, attacking from left to right. Towards Shillotto, which Nathan Redmond unable to control it. The ball has gone out for a throw-in. There is Trossard to Yangabash. Trossard again. This is Shillotto, number 21. Yangabash's early ball in. Looking for Welbeck. It's palmed away. It'll come to Trossard, and it was an early chance for Brighton. Early in the game, it seems both sides are prepared to take it on to the other. Ryan Bertrand. Deep towards Danny Ings. And that's easy for Matthew Ryan. Lallana. Bernardo. Bit of space to run into here. Kyle Walker-Peters is across. That is the throw again. Trossard. Bernardo. Trossard still. Oh, in towards Welbeck! 1-0! Fine control from Danny Welbeck, and he comes in to finish, and Brighton lead and listen to the MX. It's been a difficult start to the season for the Seagulls, but they lead. I'm sure a certain Trev Lynham in the studio will be pleased at this. The cross is in. It's a great little touch by Danny Welbeck on his left foot, but it sets himself up for the volley. It's time in the box that any defensive side can be ill afford to give anybody, and Welbeck takes full advantage, and he gets the opening goal of this contest and his first goal for Brighton. Southampton struggling in numbers going forwards. Welbeck, who's doing a great job of playing the lone centre forwards, but Lallana for support. Welbeck is making a run inside now. Lallana has forced him into an offside position. Bissouma. Trossard again. And a foul given in a promising position for Brighton Hove Albion. Romeo guilty. The referee says no more of that, please. No doubt about it, though. He did catch Trossard. So Trossard with the free kick for Brighton. And a fantastic save by McCarthy. Trossard's free kick, right-footed over the wall, curling in. That's a very good stop to palm that away. That's a great save. Oriol Romeo. Trossard to take. Oh, there's Peels in the box. It's a real ricochet and it's got away by Redmond. Here's Bernardo. Probier. Yangabash. Straight to Oriol Romeo. Might have felt that. Charlotto. Welbeck, and it's palmed away by McCarthy. And Charlotto's got it again. And has lost it. And Southampton get it away just. A minute of time added on has been played. Ward-Prowse. Redmond. Went for goal. It was deflected. And it's palmed away for a corner that the referee will allow to be played. It was a teasing ball in the end. The effort was deflected away. Goalkeeper takes no chances, Matthew Ryan. And Brighton look to hang on for half time. Bednarek that will probably feel that he should have done better for the effort that Welbeck scored. Ward-Prowse. Bednarek again, not the best clearance. Yangabash getting it. Now is Welbeck, bit of space for he. Romeo is across and concedes a foul on Danny Welbeck. Well, what's this, a foul? Looks to win the ball, but does he pull him down with his arm? Former Watford man. Got a good game thus far. So Trossard again, right-footed. Is this within his range? Oh, it so nearly was. It's just whispered the side of the net. Had a good level of pace to it, a good aim. Now it's Bissouma. Trossard still. Bernardo. Out wide to Lallana. Lallana moves inside. This is Propier. Trossard. Welbeck on the turn, and the finish is blocked, and it will be a corner. Well, Lallana cutting inside made all the difference here. Trossard's pass into Danny Welbeck allowed him to swivel, but Bednarek this time got the block in. Brighton was 6-5 in the box, and Romeo was the first man to head it away near post. Trossard. Bissouma. Bissouma! And McCarthy is grateful. That is a catchable shot in the end. Ward-Prowse. Mayo long and high for Nathan Redmond. Charlotto is across. He's under pressure from Shane Long into Propier. Well, Brighton at the moment are playing like a side that are not bottom of the Premier League. This is Bissouma. They passed it really nicely. Tactically, haven't allowed Southampton a chance. And Danny Welbeck could have settled it and not made it a single chance. But that header was well saved by Alex McCarthy. Well, look at this again. All the chance for Welbeck. He's unmarked and, well, he's hit it right at the goalkeeper either side of it. Brighton are in complete control. Into Long again. The Scott headed Bissouma. Played it back out to Nathan Redmond. He might have space to put a cross, and Danny Ings is in the middle. So's Theo Walcott. So's Shane Long. Redmond also is now forced to cut inside. Ward-Prowse. He's fouled by Bissouma. But is it too far out for the Southampton captain? When he picked it up here, the Saints skipper was caught. Might be a bit of a dead leg that. Bissouma protests. Free kick given. Well, Southampton haven't quite been at the races today. They need a little bit of inspiration. Can the skipper provide it? His effort has gone out for a corner. The Jopo has come on. Brighton fans fully behind them. Southampton's second corner of the match. Oh, it's a clearance that's found Oriol Romeo. I don't know how much Veltman knew about that. Gineppo shooting and parried away by Ryan. The substitute very, very unlucky. That was a finely struck shot. Walcott. 26 minutes to go. Brighton 1, Southampton 0. This is Bindleman to Welbeck. He's got space to turn, and does he fancy it? Oh, how unlucky is that? Danny Welbeck's turn and control was quite phenomenal, and he has looked so lively for Brighton today, and how they have missed him thus far. He's got the better of Bednarek again, but his effort this time is of the inside of the post. Southampton haven't really created the chances that you'd think they could do with two centre forwards on the pitch. Shows you the modern game. Less around wingers, more around midfielders and attacking players in wide positions that can move inside and make the difference. Cole Walker-Peters though to Ward-Prowse, back to Cole Walker-Peters. This is better, and that's a good ball in that was well headed away, only as far as Theo Walcott. Uncharacteristically left-footed to Ryan Bertrand. Gineppo. Bertrand again to Romeo. Ward-Prowse. Walcott. Clever pass to Walker-Peters. Clever ball into Danny Ings. Palmed away by Matthew Ryan. Perhaps the save was a little Hollywood. And Matthew Ryan's got it away for Brighton Hove Albion, who are holding on here. Welbeck is in space. Options out wide in Yangabash. Trossard. Yangabash still. Shalotto. Robier. That's a great ball into Shalotto. Two in the area for Brighton. And West. Oh, spot parried away very well. It's the Lallana. It's two. What a terrible mistake by McCarthy. Alan Lallana says thank you very much, and he comes home to score his first goal for Brighton, and they lead 2-0, and they look to be heading to their first win of this Premier League season in December. An autumn to forget from Brighton's players. Winter is coming, so is Adam Lallana, and they lead by 2. Well, look at this. Shalotto here, after a wonderful passes through. McCarthy makes a terrible mistake. And despite the best efforts there of Vestergaard's, there was the Lallana to finish. The pass inside Shalotto was fantastic. The goalkeeper should have done more. Oh, it is through the legs of Vestergaard. Well. Well, Brighton finally get off the mark in the Premier League with 3 points today. Danny Welbeck got the goal that was really well taken. Alan Lallana was there to finish things off after a mistake by Alex McCarthy in the Southampton goal. Brighton have enjoyed their day at the seaside far more than Southampton. A win over their rivals, and for them their first 3 points of the Premier League season. It's vital in their recovery. They very much had an autumn to forget, but for Brighton today, winter is coming. They win by 2-0. So Brighton 2-0 winners, and deservedly on the day. Seemed there that tactically they got things just about perfect, and in the end fully deserved their results. So a great win for Brighton. We know it won't move them off the foot of the table, but what we can do is see what happens in the other games that took place in this week's roundup. As always, is commentated on by Trevor Sinstad. West Ham United have been Manchester United's bogey side of recent years, and it showed in this wet and cold damp afternoon in the London Stadium. Alex Telles came close. He was able to steal the ball off, but his effort just went wide. West Ham United had their chances in the first half. Declan Rice heading over from a corner. But it was West Ham United that found the breakthrough. As the game wore on, Manchester United started to look leggier and leggier. Long ball which Hallow had the strength to hold off Eric Bailly, and the finish which came from absolutely nowhere to blast past David De Gea. West Ham United led and the London Stadium was rocking. Manchester United had taken lock of themselves in the Champions League campaign, but did find a way to fight back into the match. Bruno Fernandes played in Marcus Rashford, who struck the post when it looked easier to finish, in all fairness, from there. United continued to make chances, and it was Bruno Fernandes that was the provider of them. His header to Rashford struck the bar, it then hit Fabianski, it bounced away, off the post again, and Mason Greenwood was unable to finish. But United did find a way to get themselves level, and it was probably out of sheer will more than anything. Mason Greenwood's lobbed ball over the top was met by Marcus Rashford, who had the strength to get past Diop and coolly slotted the ball past Fabianski. United drew level, but it wasn't the end of the action today. West Ham started a fight back, and they nearly forced a winning goal in the last few moments of the match. Sebastian held his head down to Pablo Fornals, who played an excellent pass through to Yarmolenko. His first touch took him inside, his second, side netting. How he ruled that. But West Ham continued to try to find a winning goal, and they came very close again with Haller's header that was just tipped away by David De Gea. Manchester United held on in the end and were lucky to get away with just the draw. It was an excellent performance by West Ham United, taking advantage of a rather leggy Manchester United. And the London Stadium full time was 1 apiece. Chelsea in Europe versus Chelsea in the Premier League are currently two different things at the moment. Leeds United knew this and took full advantage. Patrick Bamford continued his wonderful season by scoring again, his left-footed strike beating Eduardo Mendy quite fantastically, and Leeds United took the lead. Chelsea continued to force the pressure, but they let short of the sharpness that they had showed this week in Seville. Giroud came close, trying to chip Meisler, but Meisler just tipping it round the bar. Leeds continued to soak up Chelsea pressure and then hit them on the break. Helder Costa's great pass played in Bamford, who coolly found the run of Rodrigo, who was one-on-one with Mendy and finished calmly to put Leeds United 2-0 up. The most watched FA Cup final of modern time was a replay between these two sides in 1970. Nearly 30 million people tuned into that. While not many watching today, as a result, Leeds and Chelsea have always struck up a rivalry because of it, and Chelsea tried to find their way back into the game. James's cross from right back was met by Timo Werner, but he perhaps summed up Chelsea's day in the end. His header was miles off target. Chelsea continued to force chances, and as Leeds tired towards the end of it, Pulisic found Giroud, and you thought that would be the start of the fight back, but it wasn't. It was the start of the brilliant saves of Meisler, who in truth kept Leeds United in this, and they win 2-0 at Stamford Bridge, and that has really dented Chelsea's Champions League hopes. Liverpool hosted Wolverhampton Wanderers in what could be a really tough game in a tea-time match, and it showed where Johnny Castro Alto's header was over the bar from the corner. But Liverpool are made of good stuff, and if you give Mo Salah too much room, he'll punish you. A lovely finish by Mo Salah, who just took time and realised nobody was surrounding him and curled it right past Patricio. They call him the Egyptian King Cop, and he loves them back just as much. Wolves did start a fight back. Adama Traore's header was met by Daniel Podence, but Alisson was up to the task and kept him away. From the resulting corner though, Wolverhampton Wanderers did get themselves level. Nobody picked up Adama Traore, and there he goes and fired it home. An acute signing of a player that's got a cult following at the Black Country club. A great goal for him. Ruben Neves fired an effort, hit the post. Daniel Podence's left-footed shot went wide, and Wolverhampton Wanderers continued to put on the pressure. Liverpool, despite being slightly jet-lagged from their midweek European exploits, showed us the quality they possess and the strength and depth they have in their squad. James Milner fed in Robert Firmino, whose brilliant pass put him past Bowley. As Connor Cody came across, Diego Jota was there, and running in from deep was Jordan Henderson, unmarked to win the game for Liverpool. It just shows you why they're league champions. Whilst not being at their best and riding their luck, they've been able to go ahead and claim all 3 points. But it wasn't without late drama in the end. Raul Jimenez had a great chance to equalise, but the radar was off for him. It was unlucky for him, but it was a good result for Liverpool as far as the league standing goes. Tough win for them, but 3 more points for the Anfield champions. Manchester City looked to be an easy game against Fulham, whereas Manchester City's great attacking talents, you thought this would be all over. But it just wasn't quite their day. This early pass Riyad Mahrez was put through and Areola made a fantastic stop. It really was a great through ball. But Manchester City did continue to create chances. Mahrez's cross was met by Sterling and his header was uncharacteristically wide. And Manchester City just couldn't find the quality in front of goal, and they still look haunted by their Champions League defeat in midweek. City kept on pressing and Guardiola kept on trying to make a way through. In the end, Kevin De Bruyne suddenly found himself through and rather going for the pass, went for the spectacular and so nearly pulled it off. A great curling effort. But eventually, Fulham's resistance was broken down. A wonderful touch this is by Aguero to put him through, and the finish is absolutely brilliant. Sergio Aguero, where would Manchester City be without him? He has been a real quality player, and this finish will go down as perhaps the goal of the day. For its touch to beat the defender, and then the other touch to beat the goalkeeper, it was something delightful. Watch this ball to touch to beat the defender, and then when he's through on Areola, the Fulham goalkeeper could only watch as the ball was looped beautifully over his head and in. A fine goal. City continued to make chances. Aguero's header was fantastically saved by Areola. It then went to Raheem Sterling, who went to try and catch the goalkeeper out his near post. The Fulham keeper was up to that. City continued to try and find a second goal that would make things simple for them. Sikacento's bullet header fired over. He seemed annoyed as he thought that was a much better chance. Perhaps first viewing showed. But in the end, Manchester City scraped through with a 1-0 win. Not quite the goal difference that they were after Liverpool's narrow win as well. Starting to look like an interesting two-horse race for the Championship. Burnley and Everton have been two sides that have blown hot and cold this season, but Burnley were the form team at the moment, and Ashley Barnes nearly got things going, arriving at the end of Robbie Brady's long ball. However, it was Richarlison that showed his skill and talent and why he cost Everton £30 million. He was able to dart past Matthew Lowton and then get past Tarkowski with ease and square it easily for Dominic Calvert-Lewin to finish. The England centre-forward has been in fine form this season for Everton and was delighted for him. Robbie Brady's corner was met by Ashley Westwood and it fell down in the end to Ashley Barnes. His effort was just cleared away. Burnley continued to put the pressure on. Jack Court this time played in Ashley Barnes, and look at this mix-up here between Yerry Mina and company. It allowed Burnley to draw themselves level for a fine finish, that to be said, past Jordan Pickford, and Burnley had got themselves level. But late in the game there was more drama involved. Wonderful play this was by Dwight Munil, excellent skill to beat not one but two defenders. The effort was well saved with the feet of Jordan Pickford. Now, if there is a award for a worse clearance this season, that's it by Richarlison. Then broke between Barnes and a collision between he and Elan, and McNeil here was very close to getting the winning goal. But there was to be more drama still. Luca Digny's ball was met by the head of Dominic Calvert-Lewin, and it went wide of the goal. And you wondered just if there was to be a winning goal in the match. The answer to that was yes, there was in the end, and it would come through the form of Everton. Luca Digny ended up picking the ball up. Doucouré was standing on the edge of the area. The Burnley players was like statues, and a cruel deflection beat Nick Pope, and that was enough for Everton to win the match. Doucouré delighted to get his first goal for Everton this season, and the winning goal indeed. It was too late in the end to respond. Replay showed it was a horrible deflection off Cork, and that's why Burnley are beaten and Everton are winners by 2-1. Aston Villa and Newcastle United are two mid-table sides. Villa have been on a decent run and Newcastle have been just struggling to find their feet this season. So it was ill surprised when the early chance in the end fell to Matt Ritchie and it just petered wide. Perhaps it was the highlight action of the game thus far. But in the second 45 the game started to pick up ever so slightly. Trezeguet's pass back to Jack Grealish, his long curling effort took a deflection and it just showed the danger that Aston Villa have. Aston Villa continued to create more chances, but they couldn't take them. Ollie Watkins at the near post, left foot just steering wide a goal. Relief to Bravra, who is back after his hand injury. John McGinn showed the tenacity that he showed in recent weeks to play in Watkins, and this time his finish was absolutely spot on, and there he was to give Aston Villa the lead. and on the chances created and the balance of the play, it was fully deserved. As the match wore on, Aston Villa continued to create more chances and tried to look for a winning goal, and Jack Grealish very nearly provided it with the most aerobatic volley that we've seen. Replays showed that if this had connected, well, this perhaps would have beaten Sergio Aguero for goal of the day. Newcastle United did though find that Aston Villa tired towards the end of the game. Dume was put through, but his effort was hit straight at Martinez, and as the game wore on, Villa started to look more and more nervous. The counter-attacks became few and far between, but in the end Jack Grealish did have a big chance to try and win through. He was brought down, no foul, fantastic save to Bravga from Watkins. Only Watkins will know that at championship level he may have been a prolific centre-forward, but here in the Premier League he'll need to get a little more prolific still. The target was very nearly prolific, but it was a good save there by De Gravda from his left foot volley. Newcastle United, however, eventually did make them pay, but it wasn't for a while yet. The mistake here there by Callum Wilson had led to a brilliant block by Tyrone Mings that allowed a corner to be conceded. From the resulting corner and the play that took place, Newcastle United were able to equalise. It wasn't the best header out, it was met by John Joe Shelby that turned Bernard Traore, left-footed low strike that beat Martinez, and somehow Newcastle United levelled up. On the balance of play it wasn't deserved, but on the final 5 minutes of the action, Newcastle United really turned it up and showed just what they have. It was a shame for Aston Villa, but delight for Steve Bruce's men. This game finished 1 apiece. Leicester City have been struggling to break down defensive lately, so an away game to Sheffield United should give them hope. Vardy's header was saved brilliantly by Aaron Ramsdale, and suddenly it looked to be the same old story for Leicester City. Can they break down a side prepared to defend, even if they were the away side? Vardy came close when his header was just an inch wide of Ramsdale's fingers and the post. Maddison's free kick was also fantastically saved, and it was more frustration for the men in blue. This allowed Sheffield United to soak up a bit of pressure. Mousset's great control and volley here in one motion had to be very well saved by Kasper Schmeichel. Maddison's effort in the end was met by a poor mistake in the area, and suddenly there was Vardy to finish. Leicester this season have been capitulating on mistakes, and this was a very big one indeed. But Vardy showed his lethal finish in front of goal to get the winner just 7 minutes from time. Sheffield United beaten at home again, and a great start's just starting to fade away for the men in red and white. Crystal Palace had a difficult task up to the Midlands to play West Brom. Andres Townsend's early pass in met Wilfried Zaha. His header was miles off target. In the end, it was a chance for Charlie Austin to burst through for West Bromwich Albion, and a thunderbolt hit by head was just wide of the post. Crystal Palace continued to force chances, and Christian Benteke started to look lively. Andres Townsend's effort was deflected, and somehow it went past the post of Johnston. Benteke was a complete menace today and started to look back to his best, but it was last-ditch defending that saw a day for West Brom. Another effort deflected just past the post. Patrick Van Aanholt, 6 minutes at the start of the second time, was brought down by Furlong, and the referee had no choice but to point for the spot, despite protests by the West Bromwich Albion players. Replay showed there was absolutely no doubt. It led to the captain Luka Miljovic to take the penalty, and he sent Johnston the wrong way, and Crystal Palace, they were in the lead. The lead they were to hold for the rest of the match. But that wasn't the end of the action. It was an interesting game, but it just showed the quality that was slightly missing in the finishing department. Furlong tried to make amends. A header was met to Rozorin. Krivinovic's long driving pile driver was just over the bar. What a fine goal that would have been had it had gone home. Chances continued to happen, and Max Meyer ended up crossing the ball late in the day. Michy Batshuayi arriving the header, but he couldn't keep it down, and it went past the post of the West Bromwich keeper. Milovic had another free kick. It was a real scramble in the area. It was a poor clearance away. Andres Townsend here, another deflected area wide. Just wasn't the Premier League's day for finishing. It was Crystal Palace's day. They held on for an away win, a 1-0 win for them, and this relegation dogfight. What an important result that may turn out to be. So a full roundup of the Barclays Premier League results for Matchday 11 of the Premier League. And we can see that it wasn't a terribly high-scoring affair today. Definitely one for the goalkeepers. Unless, of course, you're Arsenal's goalkeeper. 6 goals conceded, an emphatic win for Tottenham Hotspur. Another 7-goal game here on Match of the Day. Just perhaps the most one-sided thus far. Manchester United dropping 2 points to West Ham United is notable, and the fact that Manchester City and Liverpool won changes the league table as such. Liverpool maintain their 2-point lead, but it's Manchester City that climb ahead of Manchester United. And of course, City and Manchester United will meet in the Manchester Derby on next week's edition of Match of the Day. Tottenham Hotspur, they're the only other side in the 20s, and they move into 4th place. Chelsea, after their defeat to Leeds United, remain in 5th. Leicester climb up the table, as do Leeds United. They're up to 8th, and Arsenal down to 7th. Brighton, Southampton and Fulham are in the relegation places at the moment. Crystal Palace hovering dangerously above them. Looks like West Ham, Burnley, West Brom and potentially Newcastle and Aston Villa could get drawn into it. Wolves in the second half of the table. So a confirmation of next week's episode of Match of the Day. We'll have the Manchester Derby, extended highlights of that, and we've got the West Midlands Derby between Wolverhampton Wanderers and Aston Villa. Another great one for us as well, plus all the goals in this week's Premier League. Plus the conclusion of the Champions League group stages to look forward to. Sports Night is set up for us, and it's 4 key games for you to keep an eye on. Liverpool need just a point to qualify in the last 16 as they go to Denmark to face FC Midtjylland. Manchester City have to beat Marseille and hope Porto do them a favour and beat Olympiacos. A draw between Porto and Olympiacos puts Manchester City out, so City very much hoping that the gods are smiling on them. Chelsea are already confirmed, and we'll bring you brief highlights from that game. And of course, Manchester United need just 1 point to qualify away to RB Leipzig. It's going to be a very difficult task for Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's men. Well, there we go. It's set up for a wonderful week of football. Let's just hope that we're on time next time. Still, hope it was worth the wait. From all of us at Match Today, thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you again soon. Bye-bye.